Hey guys, I thought that since I have a lot of experience in school, that I would go ahead and talk to you guys about 7 things that I wish I had known before I went to college. Um, and yeah, I'm just going to elaborate basically on all of that. Okay, so number one, the first thing that I wish someone would have told me before I went to college was to save my money. Now people say this, like, save your money, save your money, save your money. Like, no, I mean really, like, have money saved up prior to going to college. And I don't know, I feel like that was the number one thing that people told me. But it's like, when you're 18 going into school, nobody really thinks, okay, maybe I should save my money. Like, I don't think about that. I was just thinking, like, okay, tuition, da 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 da. No, really save your money. When you go off to school, when you go off to college, things start to add up. I'm talking books, food, supplies. If you are living in an apartment, rent, bills, not to say whatever your professor requests for you to purchase for that class. So things just add up in college. Like, you have to think that in college you still have to live, like, you have to survive, but you also have to be in school, and those are like two separate expenses that get merged together. So definitely save your money. Like, if you are about to go off to school, get a job like prior to that semester, that summer, before you go in, whatever it takes, just save your money. And I mean, I don't really know how much is enough, but I just know that it's good to have money saved up. I've learned far too many times, like, I don't know, that I should just have saved my money. I don't. So yeah, that's my number one thing, is just save your money. Yeah, I'm not really good at saving money, to be completely honest, but I encourage you to save your money. And that's something that I am working on, because that's something that's just really important. 2, avoid using loans to go to school at all cost. If you can somehow get grants, scholarships, anything like that, if you have a cousin, sister, uncle, brother, grandmother, friend, best friend who is willing to help you pay for your tuition and your fees, or any type of expenses that are associated with going to school, take advantage of that and do not use loans. If your rent is paid for, if your dorm is paid for, if your tuition is already paid for, and you are just using a refund check just to, like, get, I don't know, just to have money in your pocket, just to, like, buy a new game or a new car, don't do that. Like, do not use loans. Like, I just repeat, do not use loans, because you have to pay those back, and the interest is occurring, like, is accumulating on those loans while you're even in school. Like, no one told me that, but yes, your loans are accumulating interest while you're in school, so you're definitely going to have to pay that back. And to avoid having to pay back a lot of money, your best bet is to just not use the loans at all. Now, however, if you have to use loans and there's no other way for you to pay for school, like me, loans using like Stafford loans, direct subsidized loans, those type of loans, like, that was my only choice to pay for school, because I couldn't get like a private loan. And I have some scholarships, but they didn't cover all my tuition, so I have to use loans, unfortunately. If you have to use loans, please just make sure that you don't go overboard and take more money than you need. Only take what you need. I'm trying to tell you, just take what you need, because when you go back and look at what you have to pay for, you're going to be very, very shocked at how that money accumulates. Number 3, rent your textbooks. I don't care what anybody says. Like, if you have a bookstore at school and they offer you, like, you know, it's easier for you to just go to the bookstore and buy the book, don't do that. You can go to Cheggs, you can go to Amazon, you can go to, like, a lot of little online websites or stores or whatever to get your books. And always rent your textbooks. If it's like a novel that we're reading for one of my classes, usually those aren't expensive. They're usually like around like between $12 and $20. So my novels, sometimes I'll buy them because they're usually good books that I actually want to go back and read. So I don't really mind buying those. But your actual physical textbooks, like for biology, chemistry, history, you are much better off just renting those books because you're never going to need the book again after that semester. So just rent a textbook. Always rent your textbooks. It's just smarter. It saves you so much more money. I have a very bad habit of buying textbooks and even renting textbooks that I don't even use. I rented all my textbooks for the semester that I withdrew from all my classes, and now I'm stuck because I have to give them back, and I rented them and I didn't even need them. So just make sure you rent your textbooks. Like it's gonna save you so much money, so much more smarter. Just rent and you'll be okay. Number 4. I was about to say number 3, but we're on 4. Okay, so 4. Get a roommate. Like, no matter what you do, whatever you're doing, and I say this because some students do have the option of living on their own, or they live at home and commute with their parents. Okay, pause. I'm sorry. Before I get into 4, do what, in terms of like how you work out your college situation, so whether or not you commute or you live in a dorm or you live in an apartment or whatever you choose to do whatever is most affordable for you, like for your income, because not everybody's situation is the same. Some people, it's a lot smarter for them to commute to school. It just is, because they live so close to school and they can save so much money. Some people don't have the option of commuting. Some people have the choice to live by themselves because they can afford it. Some people need to get an apartment because an apartment is cheaper, which is why I'm going into number 4. So number 4, I just recommend that you get a roommate at all costs. It does pretty much suck to not have your own privacy and have your own space, but through experience, I've learned that having a roommate is a lot less stressful when it comes to managing your bills and things of that nature. You really just want to have someone that you can depend on, that you know is going to pull their weight and help you, like that you guys can kind of help each other. Every time I've had a roommate, it was always a lot cheaper. Now, in terms of choosing a roommate, that's really a sticky situation, and I might even make a video on like how to find a good roommate and kind of things to look for in a good roommate, because I've been through so many roommates. So actually, if you'd like me to do a video on that, just let me know. Number 5. Take advantage of all of your resources and tools. I know that a lot of schools, they have a lot of different like tutoring programs, resources. Like at my school, we can check out like tripods and cameras and things like that. You have free access to the theater, to rent out the theater if you want to do like open mics or practice or anything. Gym. Take advantage of those resources. Since I've been out of school, like there's so many things that I realized I can't even do that I was able to so easily do just by being a student. Like, I mean, I'm talking jobs, scholarships, internships, opportunities. There's a lot of things out there that are just for students. If you're in college, like take advantage of that. Use that to your benefit. The fact that you're in college is a plus. So you want to definitely use that in every aspect that you can to get further ahead. And I mean, it can be very small, as like it can start off very small, from having a tutor to just, I mean, to, like I said, being able to check out equipment, or taking advantage of your professor's office hours or things like that. Like, there's a lot of things that you can do to kind of help yourself, but you gotta only be willing to help yourself to take advantage of those resources. Number 6, take your time. I've learned the hard way, not even the hard way, but I've learned that college is not going anywhere. Like, it is always going to be there. I promise you, your university is going to be there. Your courses are going to be there. And what I mean by take your time, and like, I mean like pace yourself. Some people go in and they start off their freshman year taking like 6 classes a semester, and then they burn out sophomore year and then they need a break like me. Or, you know, take your time, pace yourself. Start off with 4 classes, work your way into 5, then work your way into 6 classes. You know, definitely just take your time. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Take your time to develop your interests. And also, by taking your time, I mean like that gap year. Take a gap year. Don't jump straight into school. Take a semester off. It's just important that you take your time and you pace yourself, because college is extremely stressful and you can literally burn yourself out. Like, and that's kind of how I feel like what happened to me. I feel like I was like, oh my gosh, I was just overloaded with stress, because I kind of was just like, I was in a rush to get it done, and I still am kind of in a rush, but at the same time I'm not. I'm just trying to take my time. So definitely just take your time when it comes to your courses and your classes. They're always going to be there. There is no rush. You can always graduate. It does suck because sometimes it's not when you want to graduate. Sometimes it's later. But anything is better than nothing. So please, please, please take your time. Take your time. And number 7 is going to be to just get involved. Very, very simple, but definitely get involved on your campus. Community college or not, university, you know, whatever it is, get involved. It can be as simple as working on campus. Working on campus, to me, is equivalent to being involved, because if you're working on campus, you're bound to see students on campus. But get involved. I know it can be very hard when you're like working, because that was my problem. I was working so hard, I never really had time to get involved. But I did, at a point in time, I was like a part of the student events board and the student government association and things like that. And that's really, really important to get involved, because that is how you're going to network and meet students and kind of make the best out of your experience. If you're not involved and you're just so focused on the work, sometimes you just get stressed out and you lose interest. But having something to fall back on, something that really interests you on campus, kind of brings you on campus more, and it brings you closer to students. And overall, I just feel like it just makes the college experience that much better when you can say, oh, remember we volunteered freshman year at da 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 da, or remember that time we put together homecoming, this and that. Like, it's really, really fun, and you start meeting people and you start seeing how other people like the things that you like, and the next thing you know, you're meeting these lifetime friends. So definitely get involved, stay involved. And it doesn't even have to be on campus. It could be going to parties, or I'm not saying like go party all the time, but I'm just saying have fun, get involved. Like, don't forget to have fun. There's so much work that like we forget about the experience, and it's really, really important. I'm big on life experiences, so for me, I'm happy that I took advantage of like every moment, every experience in school. Like, if I could just do a video on all my stories, it would be crazy, because so much has happened that I'm like so happy that I got to be a part of, just because I was just like, I just like to have fun and meet people and do new things. So those are the 7 things I wish I knew before I went to school. I'm sure I'm going to have like another 7 things, but I hope you guys like this video. Please stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, share this with whoever, and if you have any questions, you already know to leave those below, and I will see you guys soon.